Well, this was loblolly pine, and it was planted in 1986. We left it a little thicker than we'd originally intended to for a couple of reasons. The main one being the wind damage, possibility of hurricanes or storms coming through, so we left it a little thicker to provide a little more cushion from that.
For Cecil Chambliss, the words spoken in this 1999 television feature on his Tree Farmer of the Year honor unknowingly foreshadowed an impending disaster that would take place in 2005. Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, in 6 hours from 8 o'clock that morning till about 4 that afternoon to see your life work of a lifetime just totally decimated. It's tough. I was hoping to come out and maybe see some damage on the periphery, and then as you worked your way toward the center, it wouldn't it wouldn't be so heavily damaged. But I got out here and took a look, and every bit of it's blown over.
Of the 500 acres managed by Cecil Chambliss, 110 consist of thinned plantation pine. It's these thinned areas that seem most susceptible to damage, offering no protective barrier against the sustained hurricane winds of over 100 miles per hour. Pockets such as this 60-acre tract of loblolly were almost totally destroyed.
Yeah, I'd say in the ballpark of 300,000 plus or minus. That's counting what's on the ground now. If you look at the future growth that's lost, then you into the to the big dollars.
When Katrina went through this 20-year-old plantation, then it caused a considerable amount of damage that you can see here. Probably in this particular stand here, you're looking at probably 80% of the trees either broken off, blown over, or damaged, 80 to 90%. And so that's a significant loss that this landowner has incurred.
Extension forestry professor Glenn Hughes works in southern Forest County and has spent a lot of time documenting the tree damage in his area. He says the losses for many of these landowners, however, go much further than just dollars and cents.
They put their lives into this land, and to come out and see it in many cases where it's just timber laying all over the ground that they planted many years ago and they managed, that is devastating.
I've been back 3 times to look at it since then, and it takes about a week to settle back down and feel normal again after coming and looking at it. It's tough. Not even counting the economic loss, the mental that goes with it is hard.
While much of the damage to Chambliss's property is obvious at first glance, taking a closer look at the trees left standing reveals even more bad news.
A lot of these trees are leaning, and the leaning trees, particularly if they're beyond about 30 degrees, in another year they'll be dead probably. So the leaning trees are another big source of damage. So it's the snapped off trees, the ones that are blown over from the root systems, and the leaning trees that are our primary sources of damage.
As with any disaster, there are lessons attached to the losses, such as understanding why certain landscapes contributed to excessive wind damage and why some tree species fared the storm better than others. One of those lessons learned is found in the side-by-side pine plantations located at Cecil Chambliss's tree farm in Purvis. While his 20-year-old loblolly pine acreage was almost totally demolished, just across the road, a longleaf pine plantation of the same age held up rather well under the high winds with much lighter damage.
There'll be some serious thought to given as to what species that we'll be planting next time around. We planted the 3 species out here 20 years ago to do a study to see which would be the better one to have in this area. And if this storm's any indication, it looks like loblolly may be the least thing that I want to plant out here again. And we're going to go with longleaf and with longleaf pine.
As landowners go forward and are thinking about replanting, they need to consider, certainly if they live or have property rather, south of Hattiesburg. If we get another Category 4 hurricane like Katrina that comes through, then do you want to have the risk of a complete blowdown?
I think we've all been equally hard hit, just in various situations. Some people, their mature timber was devastated, and others it was the plantation pine. But across the board, it's been a hard hit. It'll take a lifetime to recover. You're talking 20 years growth here, and 20 years down the road, we'll be back to where we were today. You're talking about a lifetime.
From Purvis, I'm Brian Utley reporting.